Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shauketaly.
And a very good evening to you and welcome to Newsline Live. My guest today really needs no introduction. Mr. Azath Salley, very good evening to you.
Very good evening to you, Faraz. Long time.
Because it's so cool here, I thought I'd ask you, we'll go to a cool climate, Geneva. The United Nations and other states are expressing concern about Sri Lanka and so on and so forth. But Azad, what's the problem? Because after all, it is the UN originally started this whole business after the war when the then President Mahinda Rajapaksa and his government presented the LLRC report. And so the United Nations only wanted us to implement that. They were quite happy with that. So what's the problem now?
Faraz, I have been right throughout saying, whenever the Rajapaksas are in power, the whole country is tensed. Because, not because of anything, not because of the Rajapaksas, but the right-thinking people fear that the image of the country is gone to the dogs. Now see, LLRC, as you said, is a thing oriented by the Rajapaksa family.
By their government.
Their government. And it was given to the UN. UN said, and they said, we will implement.
Yeah.
When they said, we will implement, only then that the UN said, well, good. If you can do it, good. But what happened? Did they do it? No. Then comes the good governance government.
Yeah.
Then they put it on. Then they even go to co-sponsor the resolution.
Yeah.
Right? That is how this 30/1 came.
Yeah.
Now, with all that, now we are adding more fuel to fire. Right? When they come, you can see what is happening. What is in the resolution? Judiciary's independence they are talking of. Why do they talk of judiciary's independence? Are you trying to say that our judiciary is not independent? Our judiciary, yes, is independent. How? Now, you can people will start laughing when you have that political victimization commission.
Right.
Okay? See for us, now whatever the cases filed by the Attorney General and supported in court, the present government comes and says, okay, withdraw all those cases.
Well,
on what grounds?
The commission is saying.
On what grounds? Because the commission is saying.
Yeah.
Okay? So what is this commission? Does a commission have the authority to do so? Is a question.
But
now they are questioning the 21st Easter attack commission. Everybody is criticizing that commission. But do you see anybody criticizing that commission like this? Right? Now, who are the culprits who are involved in it? Who are the people who have robbed the country? Who are the people who have robbed the foreigners in this country? All those cases were there. Now, for instance, I am asking you, now Udaya Gammapilla's case is also gone before this commission. Right? Now, this commission not only says to remove these cases or withdraw these cases, they go even to the extent of punishing who made the complaint. First time
for fabricating evidence.
For fabricating evidence. Now, all those commission reports, if you see, is that all fabricated by the Attorney General then? If that is the case. Or if that government had given it to them, you mean to say any case that is given to the Attorney General, he will take it like that? No. They will do a study. Now, even now, you can see the heap of cases that is given to the Attorney General. But he does a good job. He goes through the entire thing and says this can be taken, this cannot be taken. So that means Attorney General has done the right thing at that time and doing the right thing now.
Yes, but you make a valid point about the foreign complaints.
That is what I am coming to. Then for us, okay, punish Ranil Wickremesinghe for asking to file a case on this man. Punish that man for this man for that, Maitri for that, Ravi Karunanayake for this. All that is okay. Now, I will ask you a very simple question. Now, fraud done by Udaya Gammapilla to a couple, Australian couple.
An alleged fraud.
Alleged fraud case is going. Now you withdraw that case. So now, are you going to punish the Australian couple for making this allegation or a complaint?
And that's where we have to fall about in laughter.
Exactly, precisely. See, I mean, where are we heading for? So where is the judiciary then? So what the UN is saying is correct, no? Then?
So obviously the United Nations is going to take note of all this.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
That is exactly my point. Now, even coming to the COVID issue, right? For us, you know very clearly what happens is government does not listen to the UN, does not listen to the WHO, but the entire guidelines for everything is taken by the WHO. Sri Lanka will not go to the toilet also without asking WHO.
Yeah.
Right? But in case of burial, they take their own Vyatmaka decision. Nobody says Vyatmaka decision. Now today, what happened? Today there was a meeting. Now, they have come to a conclusion to send this burial for where?
It's an island.
Island.
Yeah.
So, the people who are talking about water and virus mixing, where is Ernative? 267 kilometers away from Colombo. So, up and down is 600 kilometers. How do you go to the island? What is the means of your transport to the island? You go to the place, to the island? Okay. Now the people are protesting. Army went and digged the place. People came and closed it up today. Right? Now today at 1 o'clock you decide, you are giving alternative, and also what we are asking is implement Jennifer Berra's committee report.
Yeah.
What is Jennifer Berra's committee report? It's a fantastic report. Written by professionals.
Okay.
Not a set of Vyatmaka crowd. Right? It's a professional professors who are biologists, microbiologists who said. Do you remember Pavitra saying in Parliament that she never appointed a committee?
Yeah.
Not knowing the ministry secretary has issued a letter for Jennifer Berra to have an expert committee done and to give the findings. After that she gave the report. 4 days this report went missing.
Yeah.
Now they got the report. Now people are asking, are you going to implement Jennifer Berra's report? Then, even today, DG Asela was questioned whether you are going to implement. Today, everybody went and met. No. They asked a question, are you going to implement Jennifer Berra's committee report? DG says no. Why? I am asking you, why? Because Jennifer, that's a professional report. And all professionals who knows the job, not a very thousand committee. Now the previous committee of 8 resigned. We can't work because they Vyatmagam. Then Asela is now saying, I have prepared one that multiple burial sites. Today's one is with Erna and the rest are multiple sites. But that went missing again. Why? So now when you ask the government and K. Rambukal as the minister, when you ask him at the cabinet briefing, what he says, this is not my job. This is not the president's job. This is not the prime minister. This is nothing to do with the cabinet. This is the experts. Who are these experts? Are they really experts? Yes. Jennifer Berra and committee, perfect. Experts and who knows the job. Not Tazanla. Now here, the Vyatmaga, they don't want to give this. That is why a chairman who is very close of another media institution has a party for professionals and says, don't allow burials to take place. That is the state of affairs in the country for us. So what we are saying is, we are not, why is the UN getting agitated? Is you are not following the law of the world. You have laws of your own, right? Are you at least satisfying the 69 lakhs people who voted with you? Forget us. Forget the minorities. Minorities have a limited amount of votes went to you. Forget that. But are you satisfying the 6.9 million people who voted for you? Today everybody is in the streets. Everybody is demonstrating. Today even the Vedda community has come to the road and they have come to courts also.
But Azad, once an election is over and the victor is announced, thereafter the president is not the president only for the 6.9
for the people who voted, yes.
million.
He is the president for the whole country.
Of all Sri Lanka.
After a long time, I saw a tweet yesterday by the president that he will treat everybody equal. After the UN resolution, he has got shaken up and he has put a tweet So I put a tweet and I tagged him also. I said, well and good. This should have been done long time ago.
But it's better late than never.
Yeah, but will he do it? Is the question. See, Hugh wanted to satisfy Imran Khan. When the world pressure came and when the resolution has come on the burial issue in the UN, then with that timing, 4 days later, Imran Khan arrives. So they think Imran Khan, the China corridor. Then our neighbor's corridor is the Indian corridor. We will get that. Then our other corridor is the Russian corridor. We can veto.
Yeah.
That is what they said no. A lot of people said,
Yeah.
if resolutions come, okay, we will veto both. Russia and China will veto. But today that is not the trend. And when you, now all media is reporting, all the state media, now there is no private media, no. Except for 1 or 2 private TV stations and private newspapers. The rest, that's what I'm saying.
We are fiercely private and we are fiercely independent. Long live News First.
These newspapers also, headline news is what? 21 vote for us, 15 against. So they have already calculated the amount also. Like the last election, they know the results. You know, last election also, Brazil announced this result earlier, no? Likewise, now even the UN results are already announced. 21 we are getting, 15 against. This 15 even, at least there is some right-thinking countries. That not to go against Sri Lanka, but Sri Lanka's administrators. This is not a vote against Sri Lanka. People must not misunderstand that. This is a country with very lovable people. But when the Rajapaksas come, everybody start hating the country, and because you violated all norms of decency. All norms of decency you violate. Human rights violation, kidnapping, murdering, all this take place. Now, for us.
But many of these are unsupported in court. That's the problem. That's the problem that the Apalina government
today you can
had,
see.
had the
Today
same
you can see a MSc guy, later being a policeman, 52 years old, kills a girl who is 30 years, take the head off, put it in a bag, and he comes from that far, from Aungala, not Aungala, from Angwala to Colombo. He comes by CTB bus, right? And he pulls the bags and goes on the road and keep it at Dam Street and go. That is the state of affairs. How many incidents today, people even can't walk on the street with a chain, gold chain in their neck. Bicycle, the two-wheeler fellows are going and pulling their neck.
So that's the whole problem. It's because of poverty.
So this is, it's not the poverty, no. It is the country's leadership that came and told, the country is not safe. The security issue is the biggest thing. The 21st blast is the biggest thing. So you have to bring about a government that will be full of army people, that will cover Sri Lanka, and we are the greatest people who won the war. We will only give security to the country. What happened for us? Where is the security that you promised? Today you can't go on the road. Is that the security that you promised? This is how you will look after your people. This is not the way. This is not the way you govern. For us, you are a person who is very close to the vegetable market. Just tell me the price of vegetable today for us.
Indeed. The prices of vegetables has gone through the proverbial roof. That's true. And it is increasingly more expensive, the cost of living. That brings me to the question, Azath Salley. Honestly, when the prime problem at the moment, alongside COVID, is the economy, honestly, do you need to have things that are upsetting the international community coming in your way, like these resolutions in Geneva? After all, if this government shows a genuine commitment towards investigating the claims and bringing meaningful reconciliation, paying reparations where it's possible, releasing the lands very openly and in a fair and just manner, security considerations notwithstanding, then surely those are the things that we need done.
For us, this government will go into the Guinness Book of Record. For what you know? for the gazettes they put out. Morning gazette is put, the business community whom they want, they do their things. Evening the gazette is closed, others can't do anything. How many can you do like this? From 50 rupees to 25 cents you brought the price of sugar down. For whose benefit? You say that you will not give an inch of land, but you are giving acres of land. Today, that president's visit to the villages are full of business crowd, not the game crowd. Why is that? Sir, this forest department is doing that, wildlife department is doing that, sir. This is a land that we have been working on it for the last 20 years. And what he is saying? Look, Faraz, what he is saying, take it for granted, my voice is a circular. When the president of the country is telling the officials, there is no gazette necessary, my voice is the gazette, is a circular, act on that. So, the officials, as the president leaves the place, the officials are threatened by this business crowd and just taken over lands. Now today you see the Vedda community coming in, right, coming out, talking at your TV program yesterday, day before night, then they are in court against the government, giving lands like this. The elephants are running amok in the country. Where is the people who told that we are going to look after everything? Everything will be done according to the law and order of this country.
Let's find out after this short break, where we're going to listen to what's in store for the headlines this evening's primetime news. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shauketaly.
And welcome back to Newsline Live. I'm in conversation with Mr. Azath Salley. Mr. Azath Salley, message from, I think this is from Riyadh, anyway, it's certainly from Saudi Arabia. Do you regret campaigning for Maitri in 2015?
No, I'm not regretting at all, because I think if Maitri would have continued, it would be still better. The way things have come out today is, from where the 21st bomb has come is now very clear.
Right.
It's a clear indication. So we don't need to be talking on that. Anyway, Faraz.
Another question from Saudi Arabia, asking, has the government forgotten all our expatriate workers who are stuck in the Middle East, who wants to come back, but unless we can pay the hotel bill, there's a long waiting list for people waiting to come and go into quarantine centers. Why is that?
Faraz, that's a very lovely pertaining question at this moment, because I wanted to take up this issue with you. Have you seen the Facebook and the WhatsApp that is coming from Saudi Arabia, especially the women folk? They are on the payment with their bag and baggages. Sri Lankans who are still working are bringing and feeding them. See, they are crying on television to the president of this country. Today, to live in these countries, we have to become prostitutes. That level it has gone to. We have to sell our body to live there. Why aren't you not taking us? Now for us, we are talking about people who is the biggest exchange earner for this country, is the expatriate workers. Right? Today, we totally neglect them and only look after the SLPP business community. SLPP business community. We see, antigen is given to somebody, hotels are given to somebody, all the businesses are given to family and friends. Uncle's son, father-in-law's son, father-in-law's wife, father-in-law's sister, everybody is well looked after. Now, these women or men, whoever is is abroad, when they come to the airport also after the long wait, they are getting into the flight and asking, have you got 5,000 riyals or 5,000 Qatar riyal for you to go to Sri Lanka? If not, they were offloaded. There were messages coming to us that way also. Now finally for us, when they pay the money and that yellow receipt they bring, most of them who have come with the yellow receipt have been told, this is not the receipt, that we cannot accept this, you pay for your hotel again.
I need to read
1 minute.
With your permission, I really need to read this because I'm getting several messages about this. Now then, one person wants to know why it is that Azath Salley hasn't been brought to my program before. He has, but I do admit he hasn't been on recently. Now then, but he is here. And I need to address this here. some people say that both you and I are wasting time, and we've become jokers because we talk about the same thing. I would like you to respond as to why that is. I've got my own, but
this joker who is writing to you is the biggest joker in town today, because why for us? He is an SLPP guy. All these SLPP guys never want somebody to speak up, never want us to tell the wrong that they do, right? Why we sit and criticize them is not to tarnish their image, but to advise them that they are doing the wrong thing and correct yourself. If they are not correcting, we have to say that 10 times. Why we say that you are internationally ruining the name of Sri Lanka? Why are we saying that? For you to correct it. Now, your ambassador is going and pleading with the UN human rights, asking to withdraw the resolution on burial. How can you withdraw that for us when you have not given a solution to that?
And here's obviously countering what, and in support of what you're saying, we have a viewer who says, please tell Mr. Salley that we love him as long as he doesn't talk too much. I think that means let me have a chance to talk.
Right?
But it is true. Very unfortunately, whether you like it or not, News First represents the people's interest.
Exactly.
And it is, we consider it our bounden duty to bring to you the news, whether it is palatable or not. If it affects to the detriment of the people, then News First will continue to report it, and we will not let go, because we hope that with our reporting, the governments of the day will take notice and will be encouraged to do far better than they are doing at the moment.
Now see, Faraz, now when we talk about this burial thing, the Prime Minister made a statement in Parliament, burial will be allowed, and you all made a breaking news on that. Soon after that, you saw the Muslim SLPP guys all came out in hiding. All came out and started to put statement over statement saying that, my gosh, congratulated the President, and we have got. Then finally it took so many days to identify a place, that also 600 kilometers away, which will never. Now for us, if you can't bury it anywhere in Sri Lanka, only Eranatiu if you have to go, that is also island, no? Right on your water, no? So it's going to get mixed. There are people living there. So what is the big idea? If Sudarshani Penandapulla can get up in Parliament and say, that was a very technical question that was raised by a Sinhalese MP, no?
Yeah.
He said, you are bringing COVID patient and putting all over. They are urinating, they are bathing, all this virus, everything is going into the water and is polluting our areas. Yeah. She spontaneously got up because she has worked as a health officer, no? She got up and said, this virus doesn't mix with water. So match over. So world-renowned Malik Piris is saying, Pabba Paliyawardene is saying, Habe is saying, our good friend Tissa Vitarna, your government member, a party
and
leader.
he is a virologist.
He is a virologist and he has been working with the UN for 25 years. When the whole world is saying it doesn't mix with virus, only Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Vietmage is saying, no, this virus is mixed with water.
Tonight is a very, probably a special night. Every night is special because life is special. But I must read this because it says here that News First is hosting an excellent program called Newsline, very current and pertinent to our times. Please do consider extending the time, as a mere 22 to 26 minutes seems hardly sufficient to do justice to the topics being discussed. Thank you in advance, and thank you. Name shall remain anonymous, but it's all here. Thank you. Thank you. But Azath Salley,
we finished the Saudi.
No, tell me. Saudi Arabia, there are many people out there, they're complaining that they can't come to Sri Lanka because there's a long waiting list if you can't pay for the hotels. So if it's private quarantine, you can come, but it takes much longer for government quarantine.
Like the burial only, this quarantine also. Nowhere in the world you have this quarantine system, no.
Yes.
Now, a friend of mine went to India. He went for a surgery in Bangalore. He goes, he gets down in Madras, he was tested, negative, both husband and wife, took the other flight, went to Bangalore, finished the operation, came back to Chennai. They were asked to wait quarantine only for 2 days before the flight. and they came back. They were checked negative, they were checked negative there. They were sent to the quarantine. 12,500 rupees a day. For whom this is? Why can't that person, if he is negative, be sent home? Now see, most of the people are not travelling abroad only because of this. Not to go to the country. You can go to any country without a problem, but coming into Sri Lanka is a problem. You have to wait quarantine 14 days, right? And spend 12,500 rupees. The beauty is, even a company chairman, Faraz, you must listen to this, Faraz.
Yes.
A company chairman is given a broom, he is given a brush, you wash your bathrooms, you clean your room, this is your bed sheet, you change it, you do everything. Even your food, not the best food that is given, even the food is just bought and given. With uniform, somebody is coming at a distance giving you the food. Why are you treating like this? He's a negative patient. Send him home. Let him do self-quarantine like other countries.
Azath Salley, thank you very much for being on Newsline Live. We've much enjoyed having you here, and thank you. And do come back again. And that's the way it was. It's now time for that wonderful program. It's called The News, the primetime news from News First. Take care. Great evening ahead. And as always, God bless you.